Hello everyone, welcome back to the Brian Miller Tech channel, and today we are talking about the new AirPods Pro 2nd generation. Now, I want to start this video by saying I did not intend to get these actually. I thought they were just going to be, a very minor update to the original AirPods, which I do have right here, but as you can probably tell from like all the guff and nastiness from this case, that it's been in pretty bad shape for a while. I lost it last year at a fall festival and it's been waterlogged, so this left earbud doesn't even work anymore. The right earbud works just fine, but obviously I can't really listen to anything with the right earbud. So I haven't had AirPods Pro in a while. I've been using my Beats Studio Buds, which I've made a video on. If you want to go ahead and check that out, it'll be in the iCard up here or here, whichever direction it is. I'm sure you'll know which one it is, but yeah, I love the noise canceling and the ANC of the original AirPods Pro a lot. It was next to nothing. And with my Beats Studio Buds, it has that feature, of course, but it wasn't really good. It's just there to be on the box, if that makes any sense. But I like the sound quality of the Beats Studio Buds a lot, because I like bass music, I like fun music, because I'm that kind of person. I'm not an audiophile at all. That's not who I am. But I was just looking at many reviews on YouTube and people were saying that this sounds a lot better, like a noticeable difference. So I was like, okay, you have me intrigued now. So I got me a pair and I've been using them for a couple days and I just want to tell you my experience. Now let's start with the obvious changes first. This case. It looks just a little bit different than before. As you can see down here, there's a speaker grill. And now there's a lanyard loop, which I will never use that. But some people literally bought, cases for their original AirPods Pro just to get a lanyard on it. So hey, more power to them. Now it's on the case itself. But one of the most important things to me that's new with this case is now it has U1 functionality, which is amazing because I could have really used it when I lost these before at the fall festival. I was using their Bluetooth nearby tracking and it just wasn't good. Like I couldn't find them at all. I tried playing sounds, I tried looking for the case, and it's really not a good way to try and look for your case or AirPods that you've lost. So now that these have the U1 chip in it with the ultra wideband technology where it can get literally really precise, and I'll even show it on screen right now. It's the same thing with an AirTag. You pull up the Find My app, you click on whatever device it is, press that find button, and it'll show up a little UI telling you exactly where it is. And now the range for me has been great. I live in a pretty small apartment and I can be in my kitchen / living room space and my AirPods will be all the way in my bedroom and I can click the Find My button and find it all the way there. So that's really nice. It just comforts me that I can be able to actually track down my AirPods if I ever lose them, which is what I really needed beforehand, but now it's in the 2nd gen, so that's great. But also, of course, with the speaker grill, we get charge case sounds. So I have 2 examples I'm going to give you. I have my MagSafe charger, which I use with my iPhone all the time, every single night, actually. And with this new case, you can actually charge it with the Apple Watch charger. So I'm going to demo those for you really quickly. And you can also hear the charge sound. So this is with the MagSafe. We're just going to... You can hear that, and it works good. It's stuck on there pretty well, but of course if you violently shake it, it's gonna come off, of course, because the magnets on here when it comes to MagSafe isn't really all that strong, but I have a MagSafe stand for my iPhone in my game room on my desk, and I use that to charge it at night, and it's really nice. But let's go ahead and try the Apple Watch charger, which is probably more exciting because, Apple sells that Apple Duo charger, which has MagSafe and an Apple Watch charger on it. So I think that'd be a nice pickup for anyone, or if anyone has it right now, you can charge your phone and your, not only your Apple Watch, but also your AirPods at the same time, which is also nice. All right, and this is the Apple Watch charger, and we're just gonna plug it on there. And it's charging. There are many, many ways to charge this. As you can see from the bottom here, it has lightning, which is a little sad because, obviously USB-C would be way more convenient for everyone in the world. But honestly, I only charge my AirPods wirelessly. So it really doesn't affect me. And you can't really transfer any files through lightning on this thing anyway. So it is what it is. I'm always gonna carry a lightning port because I have an iPhone. So if I ever need to use that, I can. But let's do a little shake test. safe to say it failed. Now another thing new with the AirPods case is now that it has IPX4 water resistance. So it should be good against some splashes of water or a run through the washing machine, which I've heard online has happened before and killed the original AirPods Pro case. So that's always a nice feature to have. Of course, quality of life, assurance that your AirPods will be okay. But I want to go ahead and compare the overall design of the AirPods 2 in comparison to the original AirPods Pro. So this is the difference. Again, don't mind the disgustingness of these AirPods. They were in the dirt for a while, so just bear with me when it comes to that. But yeah, in terms of overall dimensions and shape, they are really similar. The only a couple differences is that how the mic was on the bottom with the original AirPods Pro, now it's on the top. And the sensor, instead of being optical sensor on the new ones, is now a skin detect sensor. So those are just a couple of differences. But in terms of overall shape and overall size, they're pretty much practically the same, which is good because the AirPods Pro really fit really well in my ears. And they kind of just rested there. And I kind of went with my day, and especially if I had transparency mode on, it was great. It would just work, and it felt like they weren't even there, and I was just listening to my music, grooving around. But one thing I've noticed online, a controversy, if you will, is that the new tips and the old tips aren't cross-compatible between AirPods Pro. So the first gen AirPods Pro tips wouldn't work on these and vice versa. Let me just go ahead and show you how that's not the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the dusty, trash, awful looking AirPods Pro first gen ear tips and just put them on. They work just fine. They're cross-compatible. So people online saying that they aren't, what they really mean to say is that the new ear tips are slightly better with the, mesh or the holes in the tip itself. So they just sound better overall than the original AirPods Pro tips. So I would recommend you just use the newer ones because they are better. But if you somehow lost your new tips that just came with your AirPods somehow, you can still use the old ones with these. And the best explanation that I can send you to is just go to Snazzy Labs reviews on the AirPods Pro 2. He'll give a more in-depth reason on why that is and what the differences really are there. So I'm just go ahead and just pop these in. People online kept talking about the noise canceling. Oh, it's definitely 2 times better. I'm like, well, it was already good in the first place. How much of it can they improve? Well, it turns out they can improve a lot. So in my apartment, our AC unit is pretty loud. It's just like a loud whirr for minutes upon minutes at a time. So I could be just sitting here in my living room. I mean, I've gotten used to it, so it doesn't really annoy me all that much. But I could be sitting here in my living room, and when I pop these in for the first time, they turned on noise canceling automatically. And as soon as it turned on, everything, and I mean everything, just went away. I couldn't hear anything. And it kind of just blew my mind because on my old ones, there was still that really low rumble and higher frequencies would still get in and kind of just be annoying and loud still. Not terrible, obviously, because they're still good, but not as good as these. These really do just improve on it a lot. So if you have a noisy air unit, or like me, you have a PC that's really hot, so it has to have really loud fans blowing on it at all times, then you can also block out that noise too. And it just works incredibly. This new H2 tip inside of these AirPods really are just magical. But also, of course, transparency mode. Transparency mode is a godsend. I'm literally can use the transparency mode to talk to my wife and also listen to my Auburn podcast at the same time. And, focus between the two when I want. It's awesome. I can hear all of my surroundings, what's really important, and just whatever I need to hear. But also, if I just feel like blocking people out, where I'm just strolling around in Walmart getting groceries and I don't want to talk to people, I can just turn the ANC on and I literally don't hear anything except my music and my podcast. And that's one of the reasons why I just love the AirPods Pro. The noise canceling is amazing and the transparency mode is the best among any earbud. Like I've tried multiple Beats, Sony earbuds before and headphones, and none of them really just compare to the AirPods Pro or Max. Like those sound, when it comes to like transparency mode and noise canceling, they're just like, no one else can compete with them, especially the transparency mode. I don't know why it's so hard for other companies to get that down, but Apple is just kicking their butts in my opinion. But really quickly, let's just talk about the sound quality, which is the main reason you're gonna get these. You know, like why else would you get earbuds or headphones? You wanna listen to music, you wanna listen to podcasts, but you know, just on your own without blasting it so everyone else can hear it. How do they sound? That's the real question, right? A lot of people just kept saying they were so much better, like more fun and all that. So what do they sound like? How do they sound? Well, friends, they sound a lot better than the original AirPods Pro. I'll say that for sure. Like if you own original AirPods Pro and you're a hip hop fan, you're a rap fan, you like bassy music, you were probably struggling for a bit because I was that person. The bass in the original AirPods Pro are next to not really there. I mean, sure, they can play the low frequencies, but you can't feel them, if that makes any sense. With these, if there is sub bass in your music and there's nice bass just hitting there. A good example of good bass in a song is Juice WRLD did, DJ Khaled featuring Juice WRLD. I know the intro is a little annoying with DJ Khaled saying, "We the best music. They ain't believing us. God did." Okay, as soon as you get past that, as soon as Juice WRLD comes in with his angelic voice and nice rhythms, but when that bass kicks in too, it's just the sound separation between the vocal, the instruments, and the bass is next to nothing that I've heard personally. I don't know, I just feel like these sound just so much better. Like a huge substantial upgrade. I even tweeted out earlier in my first impressions, I said, wait, there's bass? I don't know, I just feel like for the original AirPods Pro, they just didn't focus on the bass at all. Instead of like a flat, boring sound, which I thought for podcasts, of course, and regular instrument music, it sounded pretty good for that kind of stuff. But with these, the music I listen to, a lot of it is either Christian music, some rap and hip hop music, and I also listen to musicals thanks to my wife because she is turning me into a theater nerd. Thanks, wife, I love you. Every single thing I played with these sounded great. Everything I threw at it. I couldn't find anything that it wasn't pleasant to listen to or just like really harsh. These just sound amazing. And I don't know if I'm overhyping the sound too much, but I don't know, I just feel like to me, they just sound like the best headphones or earbuds I've ever listened to. So I want to share that with everyone, especially if you had the original AirPods, like the first, second generation, or the original AirPods Pro. Like personally, I haven't tried the AirPods 3, but I hear people say this is similar to that, but thanks to the silicone tips, the bass is even better, which of course it is. That isolation, that seal is just gonna make the bass better because obviously it's less sound leaking out and people also can't hear everything that you're listening to. Now really quick, I'm gonna touch on, the spatial audio features. For music, I think spatial audio is a complete scam. It's like lame, only a couple of songs actually work with it and it's not impressive to me. All the time it just sounds like the singer's underwater and the music is muffled, so it doesn't sound good. There are a couple of songs where it's actually mixed correctly, and it'll actually sound amazing. But those are very, very few and far between. What spatial audio is really impressive to me is on TV shows or movies. Recently I've been watching The Batman again on HBO Max, and coupled with my 14-inch MacBook Pro with that beautiful display, it was just an incredible experience. During that detective scene in the movie where they're investigating the murder of the mayor, and right as that Nirvana song hits, I don't know, it just sounds so crisp. And it just felt like there's like a bunch of just sounds around you. And it's great, like it's genuinely great. So I think if you're going to get these for spatial audio, don't do it for the music, because for the music it's just not there. But do it if you love watching movies on your phone or whatever Apple product you have and you just watch movies, watch shows all the time. These are legit. Now here's the most important question though. Should you buy these? Yes and no. I'll start with no. If you just recently purchased the first generation AirPods Pro, then I don't think you should get these. Sure, the sound quality is a bit better, but if you just recently bought them, your batteries aren't degrading anytime soon. The noise canceling and transparency mode on the previous AirPods Pro are still good. Like, to me, they're still great. So if you aren't a heavy hip hop bass loving person, then the first generation AirPods Pro are just fine. Like they're a pleasant listening experience, at least with my previous experience with the OGs. But if you are someone who has the first or second generation AirPods, just the regular one with the long stems, or if you're just in the market to look for something, these are gonna change your life. I don't know what to say. Like, these are definitely worth the buy. Now, I know that they are pretty expensive at $250 MSRP, but on Amazon right now, they're like $10 off. So right now they're like $239.99, which is what the price I got these at. So I'll have that link in the description, of course, to check it out. It's still that price right now, but I definitely still think it's worth the $250 price if I still had to pay that. Because of all the features you get, and plus if you are deep in the Apple ecosystem like me, like I recently just got an Apple TV for my birthday, and I have a Mac, I have an iPad, my iPhone, just that seamless connectivity between all of your Apple devices is like nothing other. So if you're deep in the Apple ecosystem or have like really old AirPods that have like dying batteries, then I definitely think you should get these because they are worth the price at $250. Well, that's all from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, like it, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of next year, and I can only reach that goal if you guys subscribe, so please do. But also, if you want to interact with me live or talk to me or whatever, I have a Twitch, official Brian Miller on Twitch, and me and my wife are on there every now and then playing Fortnite and having fun. So if you want to go there, support me and my family and talk to me, that's the best way to do it. So go to twitch.tv/official Brian Miller and I'll be live. But hey, if you didn't like the video, that's quite all right. Just give it a dislike and leave in the comments what I can do better. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.